When I got invited to a secret briefing with Dyson, I assumed that it would be a vacuum. But when I walked in, I saw these bad boys. These are Dyson's first standalone headphones, which are called Ontrac, and retail for a whopping $499.99. This isn't Dyson's first foray into the audio space. If you remember, Dyson tried its hand at headphones with the Dyson Zone, which features a detachable air purifier visor that goes over your mouth. The Zone costs $700 and frankly is not practical for the majority of people. The Ontrac headphones are much more approachable and are just headphones with no additional functions. I won't lie, my initial impression, just solely based on the looks, was not that great. But after testing the Dyson Ontrac for about 3 weeks, I have had a change of heart, so let's get into it. Right off the bat, these headphones scream Dyson. It looks like it could be a vacuum cleaner, truthfully. It's sort of like an industrial look, the colors, it's very much Dyson branded. Aside from the look though, they are super comfortable. The batteries are located in the headband rather than in the ear cups, so the weight is distributed more evenly on your head, which is not even something that I necessarily considered. But the ear cups are also super comfortable. They're really cushiony and they're made of a micro suede foam rather than a memory foam or leather. So they do get a little bit less like hot and sweaty than some other headphones that I've tried. They don't like squeeze your ears the way that some other headphones do. The ear cushions and outer caps are actually interchangeable with different colors. The headphones currently come in 4 different color combinations with additional ear cups and caps available for $50 each. I will say that the aluminum that this one comes with is a little bit dirty. I don't love that I've only had these for a month and they already look like this. Rather than the ear cups having like touch controls on the side for these, Dyson opted for a joystick. You push it down for play and pause, go up and down for volume, and then side to side to go forward and backward for tracks. You can also scrub through the track, which is really cool because that's not available for every headphone. The joystick, as like fun and intuitive as it is, it does sometimes like stick and need a few pushes to actually react and respond to what you're trying to get it to do, but it doesn't really bother me all that much. So while I'm still not fully sold on the look of these headphones, I can kind of overlook it because of how incredible the sound quality and noise cancellation are. So let's start with noise cancellation. These headphones have 8 microphones, 4 in each cup, that sends outside sound 384,000 times a second. That combined with the passive noise cancellation that you get just from the design of these can block out up to 40 decibels of sound. For example, sitting out in our office, I can't hear any noise while my music plays, including like white noise or people talking or someone getting ice from the kitchen. With my music off, I can kind of hear external sounds, but not enough for it to be distracting while I work. I also live in New York City, which is infamously loud, and these headphones actually do a good job blocking out the overstimulating sounds of other people while I'm out for a walk. I can still hear like emergency vehicle sirens and cars honking, and the transparency mode lets in more sound if I want to be more aware of my surroundings, but if I do want to kind of block out just all the people here, I'm able to do so with these. I also recently went on a flight and brought these with me, and they were awesome. I couldn't hear anyone around me, and they were comfortable enough to wear for the entire 2-hour flight. Like the sirens and honking, I could still hear announcements from the captain or flight attendants, but that's good because I'd hate to not hear that there's trouble with the plane because I was listening to Chaperone at full volume. As for the sound quality, the Ontrac sounds so rich and full and crisp, and I feel like a sommelier describing a wine, but they're really that good. And paired with the stellar noise cancellation, the high audio quality just like makes you feel so immersed in your music. I've had friends try on these headphones just to like gauge their thoughts, and they've all been super impressed with the sound quality. My friend Nicole is a video editor, and she said that these would be great for her work and is even considering buying her own pair. So let's talk about the My Dyson app. Within the app, you're able to adjust the EQ for these. There's 3 different settings for those. You can also control the noise cancellation, so you can turn it into like the isolation or transparency mode, or just turn it off if you want just normal listening. The app also shows you live data for the level of noise, both in your ears and around you in your environment. So I went for a walk the other day up 2nd Avenue toward Midtown, which I know gets loud. So I watched the app as my external noise spiked red when cars honked or like loud trucks went by. And I also cranked up my music volume to see if the internal noise line would spike. And spoiler alert, it sure did. Because that's not like a standard feature across other headphones brands, I kind of forgot about it and didn't use it as much as maybe I could have. It wouldn't have been a determining factor in whether I bought these headphones or not, honestly, but it was nice to have. So there are two more things I think are worth mentioning about these headphones. First is that they do have an IP51 rating, which means that they're water resistant, so you can actually work out with them as long as you're not like profusely sweating and drenching these. They also have up to 55 hours of battery life with noise cancellation turned on, which is like a crazy amount of battery life, honestly. I've been testing these for about 3 weeks and the battery is still at 60% and I have not charged them once since I got them and they were fully charged. I love that because I forget to charge my devices, and so with these I don't have to remember. They'll last you like a whole work week or a trip without having to carry around an extra charger. So after all that information, would I actually recommend the Dyson headphones? As much as I was turned off by the look of these headphones, I was instantly won over after listening to them. I really do think that the sound quality and noise cancellation are easily like top 3 that I've ever tried. The only thing that would hold me back from 100% recommending the Dyson Ontrac headphones is their price. $500 is a lot of money to spend, especially on a single tech product like headphones. But if you do have $500 laying around that you could spend on headphones, I would definitely recommend the Dyson Ontrac.